What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys having a great day as always. Today we're going over another repair order. That's right, guys, the police pulled us over once again in the Wrangler. This time was not nearly as bad as the first time. If you guys remember that, we got pulled over for basically everything: tires, fenders, bumpers, windshield crack, exhaust leaks, all of that kind of stuff. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link that one down below in the description for you. This time it's a little bit more simple. I was kind of nervous because the cop came up and he was like, I saw that you got a bunch of repair orders recently. Kind of thought that he was going to hit me with those all over again.
It stopped you and there was a pickup order, we take your car.
Oh, okay.
Your glass, you should get that fixed anyway.
Yeah.
Your fenders, or you put your flares on, bumpers do have to go all the way across.
But he did not, and we got one for our third brake light. We don't have one since we took the spare tire off. Obviously, I didn't leave that factory spare tire third brake light, so we took that off as well. So today we're gonna go ahead, put on a new plate. I actually bought like a spare tire delete plate, relocates the license plate. We're gonna have to order some more stuff for that because I forgot there was gonna be a huge hole in the side of the car. But besides that, we're basically gonna go ahead and start getting everything installed, and that way we can get this one signed off on as well. So the repair order was just for a third brake light, but I figured the best way to put a third brake light on this and have it look the best would be go ahead and relocate the license plate as well. This time at least it wasn't the tires or the bumper or fenders or anything like that, because that would have been a lot worse. We just got the third brake light, so that should be a pretty simple fix. The instructions absolutely suck on this, but for starters we got to go ahead, take off this Evo plate that we have on here. Then we'll go ahead and replace it with the one I picked up on Amazon for like $50. It was super cheap. I'd pay like $30 in shipping though, because I did kind of forget about this until last minute, similar to the last one. But we'll go ahead and get this one swapped out with this, and then we'll have to figure out how to run all the wires and everything on our own. Once we get rid of this, we'll finally be able to take off the factory plate mount. This thing sucks, to be completely honest. I've hit it on trees a bunch of times. It just kind of gets in the way. I'm not even sure how I hit it on trees. But I'm going to start with removing all the bolts off this, and we'll go ahead and swap it out. And just like that, we have all the bolts removed, and we'll go ahead and swap this out. Before I put the new one on though, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up some and get all this dirt out of here, because this has not been off in years. So we'll go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll go ahead and start installing the new one. So just like every other time, Amazon G products do not have good instructions whatsoever. This is telling me to run the wires all the way up to the front to the fuse box. No shot I'm going to be doing that. So I found this plug right here, and this is actually the factory wiring for the third brake light that comes on the Jeep, and we're just going to tap into that to run the third brake light. The only thing that I'm going to have to actually figure out is how to hook up the license plate light, because I need that to come on whenever my headlights are on. So we're gonna have to find something that also turns on with the headlights, probably the running lights and the tail lights. Figure out what wires control that. I don't think it's any of these. We'll probably have to tap in somewhere else to get that power. All right, so I skipped quite a few things to record. I'm gonna be honest, it was a little frustrating to figure out and run all these wires, but we went ahead and got it set up. So I'll show you what I did. So we have our running light for the tail lights. That's what we tapped into to run the license plate light. That way, whenever I have my headlights on, that also comes on, which was pretty much needed. So I went ahead, tapped into that, ran it down through this little like wrap thing. That way it's not exposed, pretty clean. And then ran all the wires through this hole here, because that was the only one I could find that actually routed to where I needed it to end up. After that, I went ahead, got the negatives over here, and then I have the positive also hooked up to the factory wiring for the third brake light. That way it should work just like normal. I need to get a plug to plug that hole in. But it honestly turned out pretty easy, and this was a way better install than the way the instructions had it written. There was no shot I ran wires to the fuse box up front. Now that we got everything cleaned up, everything's nice and tidy, we'll go ahead and cover everything back up. Got to trim some zip ties here, but I'm pretty happy with how this came out. You shouldn't be able to see any of these wiring or any of that. Should all look factory there, and I'm actually really pleased with how this came out. Got to get a couple more plugs for that, and then I also have to order a plug for this. We'll go ahead and do that now. I'll just go ahead and slap that on another day. It's not too hard. I got to clean that up anyway. As you can tell, that license plate bracket has never been off before. So now I'm going to go ahead, make sure everything's exactly how I want it. Then we'll put those covers back on the tailgate. And just like that, with the covers back on, you can't even tell that I touched this thing. I'm going to clean up this yellow wire a little bit and get it tucked in there, so that way it's not sitting off by itself. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. Now I will cut to another clip a little bit later once it's a little bit darker to show you how bright it is. Also, if anybody knows of like a stop for these early JK tailgates, that would be phenomenal. Let me know down in the comments, because this is the most annoying thing. I have to wedge it open with like a box or something like that. It is just so annoying. But all things considered, I'm super happy with how this came out, especially for how cheap it was. It was like $50 on Amazon. I'll link it down below if anybody's interested in it. But I'm super pleased with how this came out. Super clean, way better than what was over here. I like the license plate in the middle, and I don't plan on running a spare tire anytime soon, so that shouldn't be an issue. Only thing I didn't like was, as you can see, I kind of screwed up the paint because that was chrome originally when I got it. I didn't know that when I ordered it. But once the plug's in there, we get everything cleaned up, I'll go ahead and repaint that. I'll be pretty happy with how this came out. So now that the red Jeep is done, we're gonna have to go ahead and get it signed off on. We're gonna focus on the black Jeep though. So I'll give you guys a little update on what we've been working on. So the alternator is seized up. I can get it to spin if we put a wrench on it, but if I don't do that, it's not spinning, so that's no good there. So I went ahead, I ordered a new alternator for this. Also gonna have to go ahead and pick up a new battery, but besides that, it should run. I don't think it had any other issues when I parked it. So go ahead and get that set up, and then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the other two Jeeps a lot more, because we're gonna let Kenzie figure out what she wants to do with this one, and then we'll go ahead and build it from there. I'm pretty excited to get this thing back on the road though. Honestly, I haven't touched it in years, besides some small mods here and there, but it really hasn't left the driveway but twice. So it'd be really cool to be able to drive this thing again and get it all set up. It needs a fluid change on literally everything, but so does all the other cars I own, so it's not a huge surprise, to be completely honest. And also an update on the blue Jeep. So it should be on 1 tons within the next, I'd say 2 to 3 months, depending on part availability, but you'll be seeing a bunch more videos on that. And also the red one might be entering some amateur rock crawling competitions. I'm not really sure. We'll have to look into that a little bit more, but it seems like something that I might be interested in. Austin might want to do it as well. But you guys know the Wrangler is pretty much good for now, so we'll be focusing on the black Jeep mostly for the next couple of videos, getting this set up. Interested to see how Kenzie does with this off-roading. I think it'll be really cool to see. I'll probably take my Wrangler off-roading when she takes the black Jeep, just because it'll be easiest to pull her out with, and I trust the Wrangler more than I trust the blue Jeep, honestly. So I will link her channel down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. She's doing a really good job with the videos, and we should be filming another one here shortly with her fixing the black Jeep and taking it off-roading. Also, from this angle, it's kind of insane to me how much of a difference just 2.5 inches is. That's on 6.5 inch lift in 35s. This is on a 4-inch lift in 32s, and it's a massive, massive difference. But just a little update, the Wrangler is doing pretty good. It's got some minor issues. The black Jeep needs quite a bit of work, and the blue one is getting a ton of work here shortly. Nothing really wrong with it. I just haven't been driving it much, which is kind of nice because I don't have to worry about much. It doesn't break and then I park it. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.